Hi, I wanted to share with you just a little bit of my background in singing and basically why am I teaching voice lessons. I really couldn't sing above an E above middle C, which for purposes of demonstration, here's middle C. Right there was the top of my range. So anything that was above that, I didn't sing. I just thought that I was a bass baritone. So if I had any music that I wanted to sing that was higher than that, I didn't even try. I just thought, well, that's for the tenors. Back in 1996, I went to a workshop here in Bountiful, Utah at Viewmont High School, and a man named Seth Riggs was there, and his associate at the time in this area was Deborah Bonner, and they were sponsoring a free seminar. So I went over with 3 of my kids and my wife, and we listened to this seminar. And admittedly, I was a little skeptical because they had all these great singers demonstrating, and I thought, well, they're all good singers. They've all sung that way all their lives. But I started taking lessons from Deborah and within a few weeks, I started getting a real different response in my voice. Now, mind you, I hadn't sung for 19 years. I hadn't performed for 19 years. I had sung in church choir. That was it. And so let me just demonstrate for a second what I'm talking about. Until I found this technique, here's what would happen to me. And I'll just sing this on an ah. I would just get stuck there. I would never do that in a song. And so if I wanted to sing higher, then I would just flip into a falsetto and sing, like a bridge over troubled waters. That's the only way I could do it. And of course I didn't want to do that, because that sounded horrible. So I simply did not even try. So what happened after a number of weeks of studying with Deborah and learning this technique, I found out 2 things about my voice. First of all, whereas before I didn't have vibrato, I could develop vibrato. So when I would sing, I would just sing with a straight tone, and my voice teacher, as I was growing up, and other teachers I had, said, well, some people have vibrato and some people don't, and you don't. No one ever said, you can develop vibrato. And the speech level singing and my teacher, Deborah, at the time, helped me realize that you could develop vibrato. So now I can say, It was like a miracle. She worked with me, gave me some exercises, and so that was one thing that I discovered about my voice. The other thing was that my vocal cords could adjust as I went higher in my range, and the resonance in my body could shift from low to high. And that there was a new room, so to speak, after that E above middle C. So without going into much more detail, after some period of time, I was able to do this. I could go up into what I found out was called a head voice. Now, if I'd only known that I could do that when I was 18 or 19 years old, or 17 or whatever, when I was performing in high school, and then going on to college, and learning to teach music, and learning to maybe be a choral director, or maybe even a soloist, it would have had a huge difference in my life experience. I don't regret what I've been doing. However, the excitement that I experienced as a result of being able to learn just that, those two things is almost impossible for me to verbalize. That is why I'm teaching voice, because I want to help other people discover that they have this capability. It's not just guys. The same principle holds true for girls too. They have a head voice. They can go up into that head voice without flipping into falsetto, and that they can have this mix of head and chest voice from the bottom of their voice all the way up to the top. It's a very exciting concept. It's a very wonderful thing to share with other people. And that's why I teach voice. Thanks.